Welcome to the Free Idea Podcast in the car because now I'm driving home, and this is the new way that I've come up to be able to do more with less. I don't really have much time as a teacher. It's mostly stay in school for some meetings afterwards and then get home, eat, shower, go to sleep, and repeat. There's really not that much time since there's an hour of traffic of Austin, and it's a massive long hour of boring traffic. And what else can I do? I ran out of audiobooks. I mean, I got tired of them. Audiobooks. I listen to so many. I'm tired of podcasts. I hear so many of them, and they're honestly very political. So I'm kind of getting tired of that. There's a lot of politics out here, which is incredible, very good. And talking about politics, there's something that I've come to realize about politics. Oh, there's a homeless person here cleaning some windows. Yeah, it's a strange thing. They do that in Mexico. Since I was a little, they do it in Mexico. But this dude. But they didn't do it here in the U.S. and now they do it in the U.S. For some reason. They started doing that, cleaning your windows whenever you are at a stop sign. Which to me was like, alright, at least they're doing something instead of begging. The problem is that they probably just clean your windows without you asking and then ask for money. That's what it was like in Mexico, which was very annoying. You could not have clean windows because then they would just throw you water and then clean it for you without your permission and expect money afterwards. And then people who had clean windows to begin with now had all these dirty windows because they used this dirty water and like a stick that was never washed was just washed by more dirt. So they would leave your windows a little worse than they usually were, which not good, not good. And that'll start happening here eventually. That's why I don't like that part. So they like to keep the windows clean. Anyway, so here we are. I forgot what I was about to say. There's a car in the highway just changing the wheel. Amazing. Amazing things that you see here in America. Oh yeah, politics. So politics, we have freedom of speech, incredible. A lot of stuff happening here and there, you know it. War all the time, and then other stuff all the time, and then the typical they don't care about us type of thing. The point was that keeping up with politics at one point in my life felt like keeping up with the updates of a video game. You know how they nerf something and then they buff some other weapons? Nerfing means they make something weaker, buffing means they make something stronger. So yeah, politics feels like that. When you're an adult like me, you start thinking about how can this benefit me more? How can I pay less taxes thanks to this new law? Which honestly, as I've grown older, it never happened. You'll never pay any less taxes because of the law. And if you do, it'll be like $3 less, which is not even worth it. But yeah, it starts feeling like that. Starts like, hey, let me look at the news because there's a new update coming where I'll be able to work less. And then you're happy because the update is coming. And then boom, they're like, nope, the bill did not pass, the bill actually requires to work 2 hours more. And then now you have to work 2 hours more. And you think people will protest on your behalf, but then you forget that you are the people! And nobody will protest on your behalf because you are the people. So if you don't protest, nobody will. And that's me. I'm not gonna protest because, come on, I have a busy life. I have a busy schedule. I have a family. I have hobbies that don't exist, but they do when I have like a strange hour of free time when I come so tired from work that I just want to like watch TV and play some video games. Who has time to protest? Only people that are in university and don't have any jobs. Those two. That's all who have time to protest. And maybe those other people that like protest during work hours. What do you call that? Unions, which are illegal / not illegal in some states. Yeah, so I like to watch the news because it feels like an update, but also it's such a letdown because then the update never comes. Instead of you get nerfed, instead of getting buffed, you're like, yeah, I'm gonna get some goodies, and you just get nerfed. They're like, nah, something else is happening. You're gonna get less, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna get less. And so that's politics for you in America. But I was also thinking that it is what it is in America. It is what it is. I came here from China, by the way, the best city in the world, Shanghai. Has no city in the US compares to that. Sorry, guys, but you're good. No way you can compete against the Chinese Shanghai. Incredible. You cannot even compete with the smallest town of China. They got all the Uber you might want for the lowest prices, and then you got trains. The US, sorry US, but you'll never compete with anybody who has trains. Instead, what we have here is like 6 highways on top of each other and 1,000 trailers that take the space of the highway. Yep, that's it. That's all we get, trailers. No trains, but it's okay. Because we're in America, and the only thing that you do have is the freedom of speech. So no matter how incredible Shanghai was, and how much of an American dream I lived over there, over here, there's no American dream. There's not even American sleep. You work till you die. So, instead, we have freedom of speech. And over there, they don't. Sorry, China. That's something you'll never have, no matter how many trains you get. Or Ubers. Because they'll disappear you. And we already know that. In America, you're also starting not to have freedom of speech. You're starting to realize the limits of that illusion. But only those who push that to the extreme start to realize that, which, it is what it is. In China or Canada, as I hear, your freedom of speech gets taken away pretty early, even when you're like a nobody. Yeah, like a nobody with 30 likes or 5 likes. You start to get jailed and disappeared. Not here, so I thought, hey, the only reason I moved here is because I'm a citizen and I have the freedom of speech and I haven't used it. And I need to start using it because I'm not doing a lot of things that I have the right of doing, like protesting and who knows what other things I'm able to do. Take a shit outside, perhaps, do some drugs in the corner, carry a gun outside of schools or something. That's apparently what's going on here and there sometimes. We get this crazy guy who carries an AK-47 outside of school, and nothing can be done because he's following the rules of having an AK-47, gun rights, no magazine, I don't know what he has, but he's okay to walk around schools. Anyways, that's America. That is America right there. Your freedom to fuck around, and you don't have that freedom anywhere else. I thought I may start using that freedom, so I want to get back into the podcasting because I haven't touched it in a year, almost a year. And school is almost over. I have been super stressed about it, but hey, no more excuses anymore. It's time to start doing cool stuff. And I am doing cool stuff now, which is this podcast. This is as cool as it gets. Thank you very much. I have no guests, only me. Only me and this car that's trying to merge left. Yes, I let you pass, thank you. I'm the only decent human being in Austin. Nobody else lets anybody pass here in Austin. In fact, I have this theory, and I've actually tested it. So what do you call it? A hypothesis? So I have this hypothesis that I've tested multiple times, and these are the results that it gives me. So now it becomes a law, no longer a hypothesis. I mean, it becomes a theory, and perhaps it's a law, but a law if it happens everywhere else except America, like more than just America and Austin. But here's the thing: if you this is what happens. You put the lights on to turn left, and whoever was on your left will try to speed up and will not let you pass left. He will not let you pass left at all. And so this happens a lot, right? So what people end up doing is they don't even put a directional arrow. They just turn left. What other half-decent people do is they turn left and they put the blinkers at the same time, leaving you no time to react, to speed up, but also they're polite enough to tell you with a light that they are moving left, but they're not asking you to move left. They're like, I'm letting you know that I'm moving left. Whether you like it or not, it's on your insurance. You know, you're not gonna crush me. And so, my theory or hypothesis is that if I want to make the person next to me go faster, I just turn on the blinker, even if I have no desire to turn left. Like, I just want to control human beings because I am a manipulator, right? I want to manipulate people in the road, and I'm like, the person on the left is going at an okay speed. I want him to go faster. You know, I have a human control button next to my wheel, and it's on the left side. So this lever, if I pull it, it will make anybody who's on my left go faster. So I put the left blinker on, and they go speed up. So sometimes I do that on purpose for fun, and other times I'm like, hey, I want to merge here, but this guy is kind of too close to me. I mean, I could just wing it and turn and merge, and, you know, like, kind of cause a bit of a scare in everybody's ass. But other times, well, I mean, when that happens, I'm like, well, you know what? Maybe I just need him to go faster so he can create a gap for me to merge. So I just put the directional, the left arrow, and then he will automatically speed up. Maybe 2 cars automatically speed up, and then I can merge in that gap. But yeah, it's a very fun trick. I recommend you trying it, especially in a highway going like 75. Just put your left arrow and watch the person next to you go faster for no reason. And don't ever turn left. You just kind of want people to go a little faster than normal. Go ahead. It's pretty cool. Every car comes with this manipulator lever. This human manipulator lever. Yep, technology is pretty far away. I know everybody's talking about AI, and all podcasts are like talking to you about implants in the head and controlling humans. Let me tell you, you don't need an implant, and you don't need to wait 10 years. You have a way to control human beings right here in your car at all times, usually located on the left hand side of your wheel. Just pull that lever down. It will blink a left arrow, usually when there's somebody right next to you, and it will make them speed up. And thus you have controlled the human being's foot and desire to go fast. And that's an incredible theory now that I have. Now, if you do this somewhere else other than America and it works, or somewhere else other than Austin, and it works and it keeps being consistent, we might be able to make this into a law rather than a theory. And so I call this the theory of the speedster. The theory of the blinker or something like that. The speedster's blinker. The lawbreaker. The unpolite. I don't know. But yeah, I'm a decent human being because I just let this one person merge when he put his blinker. And guess what he did? He saluted me twice. Once when I let him in, and another time when he was in. And don't take that the wrong way. Sounds pretty wrong. But it's not wrong. It is just what it is. In America, the USA of the unfreedom, we are the population of the unfree. Or are we? Because anywhere else in the world, I don't think you're free at all. People always say, like, well, you don't really own your house, just don't pay the taxes and the government will come and take it. True. But I believe that happens in literally every other government, where you just don't pay anything and some cop is going to show up and kick you out. And if it's not a cop, it's going to be your local gang, your local mafia, your local narco. Somebody's going to come in and kick you out. Or steal it from you. Because I feel like that's just the nature of an authority. When somebody's not cooperating, you're kind of like, well, fuck him too. I don't want him here. Take him away. Take him away of this place. So, yeah. Land of the unfree. Although there's some things that, you know, don't feel too free. Like we don't have walkable cities. Even though it's funny because the word city should imply that you can walk in it, you know, because most cities are like that. Like in Mexico City, like in China, any city in China, any city in Europe, even Russia. You can just walk anywhere. You don't need a car. And if you get into a car crash, it's not the end of the world. You can still go to work because you have trains and reliable buses, or even bicycles. Even if the weather is all messed up and rainy and cold and freezing, you still have a bicycle. Now it just depends on your balls and chest hair. Unless you're a woman, it depends on your labia and titties. That you will go ahead and ride through that storm in a bicycle just to go to work. But you see, it relies on your bootstraps. Unlike here, no, there's no way. Unlike here, it's just like, well, it would cost me. You get into a car crash and you cannot go to work, and you're like, well, you can go to work. You just gotta walk, I don't know, 5 miles, which equals about 10 hours to get to your job. Or and in the highway, by the way, which is illegal. If not, it's gonna take you double than that. Going through all the other, and probably at some point the road is just gonna end, like the sidewall is gonna end, and you're gonna have to go through a sewer just to keep going, or like pass a bridge on the sides of the bridge. I've done it. It's crazy. It's dumb, stupid, but that's where we live. The unfreedom. What else is weird about this place? Oh yeah, so you don't have anything here. You get into a car crash. Well, you gotta get an Uber, but sometimes the Uber is so expensive, and it is like $30 one way, and you still have to go back home. So another $30. So that's 60, and those $60 get taxed, by the way. So you have to pay more. So then you work your ass off for like maybe $200 or 30, 300, or maybe less most of the time. Because if you cannot afford a car, then you're probably getting paid less than that. And so, what happens after that? Well, you gotta account for the money that you earn minus the money that you spend on the Uber, and it's not profitable. You just end up making like $40, and you're like, well, and on top of that, your money that you just earned gets taxed. So now you get taxed for working a job, and then you get taxed to use your, what do you call it, your Uber to go to that job, and then I can keep going, and then you buy food and you get taxed on the food and all that stupid stuff. Yep, it is what it is, my dude. It is what it is. And so people are just like, well, it's not profitable for me to continue this job. In fact, I'm just working more than I'm actually earning. Might as well just quit the job and figure out another way to life. And that is the American way, the unfree. And so it is what it is. And that's why that phrase is what it is. Because we have lived like this for so long. And it sucks to have gone to other countries and know that this is not the way of life that we can have. We can have much more, much better at any time, but we just don't because we love our cars and our roads. And we have no choice. And when we use public transport, there's a lot of crazy people, not a lot of crime. And you see, if you want to fix one thing, you gotta fix 300 others. Even if they were like, all right, people of Texas, we heard you. You have a train. Here you go. I bet you that train will soon be full of homeless and people being weird and crazy and creepy and somebody killing another person out of nowhere, stealing, robbing, who knows. And then we'll be like, hey, thank you for the train, but it is useless because there's a lot of criminals in there. And you're not taking them away, and I can't go in there and just kill them because that would be a crime. I cannot just go in there and be Batman because I'll get sued as Batman. You see? So, we do unfortunately have to depend on the government. As much as people are like, the government shouldn't interfere, the government does need to interfere because if the people interferes, we get punished for interfering. We get punished for making our own laws and rules. And it takes a very odd type of person to go on a rampage of justice. It takes somebody with the mind of a criminal just doing the right things, but it's weird. It's like what a criminal would do, except to criminal people. That's the only difference. It's like committing crime for the good. And how do you get a person to be in that mindset? Somebody who acts like a criminal, but only does it to criminal people, which makes him good, but it's still psycho because he's doing psycho stuff that you shouldn't do to people. But it is what it is, and that's how it works. America, young free. On another chapter, that's politics, the politics of America, and yeah, it turned out that way because I have so much stored in my heart, so much hate from watching too many TikToks and news. All this stuff is not good. But like I tell you, it feels great because it's like an update that's finally happening on real time. Am I gonna pay more? Am I not gonna pay more? Am I gonna go to war? Am I not gonna go to war? Am I gonna be able to vote? Am I not gonna vote? Am I gonna get a popsicle? And I'm not. I love what somebody said, and I remember specifically who it was. Name is Joe Wiiiiiiiii, very famous comedian in the Joe Rogan podcast, another very famous podcast I like to listen. And he said something very wise, which was something along these lines. The moment I will care about politics is the moment the government tells me to stay at home, scratch my balls, and they'll pay me. Something like that. Something like that. The moment I care about politics is the day the government will pay me to stay home and scratch my balls. And if none of that happens, then I don't care. I don't care about politics. And I thought that was very wise, very wise. Now, of course, somebody who's into politics will be like, "No, of course not. That's not how it works. You should be it's my job." But kind of for the normal person, which is like 90% of the people in this world, that's a pretty good deal, right? The government will never tell you to stay home and pay you for that just to scratch your balls. I mean, it will for a select few, but you gotta be pretty lucky. And when you get that lucky, you have other problems, which is, what else can you do other than scratch your balls? And how itchy are they gonna be afterwards forever? And you'll never let them heal because you'll just be scratching those balls. I think my podcast is PG-13 or something like that. Well, it's the land of the free, the land of the free. I can say whatever I want and get fired or something like that. Well, if I get fired, then it's not the land of the free. It's the unfree. I'm free to say anything, or they say, yes, you're free to say anything, but you're also free to get all the consequences that you're gonna get, you know? Which is very odd. I'm true, but any country can say that. It's like, yeah, you're free to criticize the what do you call the president that is not a president, the tyrant, the one man who rules them all, the Lord of the Rings. Yeah, you can criticize the Lord of the Rings, but you're free to do that. But you're also free to get the consequences, like a bullet to the back of your head. That's the consequence, and you're free to have that consequence. Yeah, you're free to criticize us, and you're also free to kind of kill yourself accidentally by drowning in your pool. I don't know, drowning in your bathtub because you didn't know how to swim. Allegedly, who knows how that works? It is what it is. It is what it is. And that's America, the unfree. Now, what is the purpose of this podcast? The purpose is to yappy dappy dappy dap for an hour until I get to the HEV or home, which is both at the same time, about an hour or so. So far, we're at 24 minutes of this podcast. Thank you for listening so much. I hope I have made your brain a little smarter, maybe a little bit jelly. Turn it into jelly of all this nonsense, which thank you for listening once again, but it's not very nice of you, of your mental health to listen to this, but maybe it is. Maybe it is actually good mental health. Maybe I should say that it is, so that it actually is. Like sugar pill. If you believe it is, then it is. And talking about brains that believe it is and it is, here comes to you the amazing power of the brain and the sugar pill. So when you believe that the pill you're taking is medicine and you're gonna get cured, most likely you are going to get cured, as long as it's not such a terrible disease, because your brain believed that that's how you're gonna get cured, and it did everything in its power to feel good. Amazing, amazing. Just like the trick that Tony Robbins, motivator speaker, always does when he's like, look at this room and look for anything that is brown, and then they look at everything that is brown, and it's like, now close your eyes and tell me how many things red did you see? And they're like, oh my god, I wasn't looking at red, I can't think of anything. And it's like, okay, now open your eyes and look and count how many red things can you see. And they're like, oh my god, the entire room is red, how could I forget that? And he's like, yes, because you were focusing on brown and you did not see all the red, because whatever you want to focus on is what you will see. And that's how it goes. That's what they see. They see brown, they see red. I don't know. Whatever you focus on is what you will see. Which is true about the sugar pill too. And it is true. So like if I watch a lot of the politics and I only see negative stuff that's going on in the war, I'll just see more things about war. And I will just blame everything else on the war. Oh, the bread is $2 more. War. The cornflakes are $4 more. War. The gas, it's war. War. And that's it. I'm not going to continue. You'll get the point. So, I'm trying not to do that. I know I'm doing it. I know. I love the news. I love it. It's like gossip for adults. Let me tell you that. I thought women were so easy to fool around with because to fool because they love gossip. Like, you can sell women gossip so easy. You make a channel about gossip and you got like 100% of the women in the entire world. Or oh snap, I gotta let this trailer go. Gonna get squished here like a sandwich. Or, yeah, you get the idea. Gossip. Gossip, 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 gossip. You see those High School Musical magazines, the gossip magazines back in the day. Which celebrity is going with who divorced, who got married, who's having a baby, but then divorced the next day. Who's cheating with who, all that gossip, that delicious, delicious honey drip gossip. Women love it. I don't get it. I'm not a woman. But women also don't get how much I love guns, you know? And they don't understand how much I can love video games. So, hey, that's a man thing. I get it. So if I don't get gossip and magazines and makeup, that's because I don't have the brain of a woman. So, I say, for what I thought, oh, this woman, they love gossip, like, wow, such a thing, such a classic thing, you know? But for men, it's the news. Nothing different, the politics. That's the gossip of men. That is the gossip of men. And some women are involved, but they're few. Much fewer than they are into gossip. They probably treat the news just the same way they would treat gossip. But most men are like, I'm here for the truth. I'm here for the traitors. I'm here for the justice. And that's what gets men hard. That's our gossip. We're like, oh, what's happening over there? In half the world that I don't know. Ooh. Who said what to what president? That is not even my president. Ooh. Who said that to... Oh, the president of UK said that? Oh, how dare he? How dare he say that to the French people? And I'm American. And you're like, that's just gossip, my dude. Who cares what the president of another country said to the president of another country? And so you might say, well, the implications, is that the first page, it's been taken away from that country, the implications that it's going to have with us. And maybe. But then again, only the powerful people, that 10%, that 1% can do something about it. And not me. I'm such a teeny, weeny, little ant. And I can do nothing about it. Even if 1,000 ants get together, I can do nothing about it. Even if 10,000 ants get together, I cannot do nothing about it. Maybe if 1,000,000 ants get together, not even. Even if 1,000,000 ants get together, they'll be like, silence! And then those little ants have to do warfare, but nobody's gonna rebel. Nobody. It's so hard to rebel in the US. Rebel? So hard. Have you thought about it? Like, you have to drive there, which is odd. It really is odd. It's like you cannot do a revolution like European cities, because everybody can walk to the revolution and everybody can just take a day off because they get days off from their employers. In the US, you don't. You just don't go to work, you don't get paid, and you get fired the next day. And somebody else will take your job. And then you have to drive there. Imagine that. You have to drive to the revolution. You have to get in your car and drive where? Where do you drive? Most politics are done in like random spots all the time. It's like they keep moving around like a nuclear bomb. They just keep moving around the city. You never know where it is. Like those movies of Batman. It's like, oh, where's that prisoner? Where's that poison gas from Mr. Scarecrow? And they're like, I don't know. It's been moved around the city with 100 trucks, and we don't know which truck it is. And it's always in a different place. That's how politics, like, that's how they make laws. It's always in a different place. And if it's always in the same place, it's like, I don't know, some random date, 23 of October, and I don't know, 2 years later. Super weird. So, yeah, good luck. The US will never rebel. There's no civil war. Maximum we'll ever have is like a toll, like somebody just in the highway asking you for money before you cross to the next exit or something. That's probably the only thing. Revolution, no. It'll be so. The only revolution the Americans can do is be like, I'm not gonna spend money on this, and then they don't, and then it doesn't matter because the business can actually survive like 10 years without your money. So yeah, I don't know. Most people in the US are helpless. So am I. So am I. But I still have something that nobody else has. There's the freedom of speech. I can say whatever I want until I get big enough to get chopped down for some sexual allegation, apparently, because that's what takes down everybody nowadays. Sexual allegations. That's how they ruin your name, and then ruin your job, and then ruin your personality and your humanity and your soul. And they'll come up with something. And if they don't come up with something, they'll just attack something good about you. I just make up a lie. You know, like middle school type of lies. You know it. You've been in middle school. You know how it goes. You can be the best of kids, and they'll still make some smack about you, and it's all fake. Some rumors. Oh yes, that middle school politics also goes into the life. You did not know, but what you went through middle school also happens in life. Just at a bigger scale, at a more mature scale, with mature consequences. Allegedly. I like that word, makes no sense. It's like adults are funny, but it is the way America works. They pay too much attention on what words people choose to say. It's like, I like ice cream, and I'm like, oh my god, you said I like ice cream? How dare you not say you enjoy ice cream? Something is wrong with you. I know it deepest in the deepest dark of your heart. You don't believe what you said because you used the word I like instead of I enjoyed, which, of course, is 10 times stronger than any other word, like. And he goes on. And then so Americans are like, yeah, I could say the worst crazy thing, like, I hate this person. Wait, no, that's illegal to say. You cannot say I hate this person. Oh, well, I'm sorry about that. I allegedly hate this person. And then it's like, oh, yeah, it's perfect. That's okay. Oh, cool. Oh, well, I had a dream where I hated this person. Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. You say you had a dream. Yeah, that's completely understandable. No, I meant to say I hate this person. What the hell are you saying? You say you hate this person? How dare you say those words so honestly? You're going to prison. So, yeah, the US is really focused on words. They love words. It's a fetish on the words that people use. I don't blame them. It's like the only way we can communicate. And also, the US has this thing about freedom of speech. So, they love looking at your speech. In fact, they love it so much, they can't get angry when you say certain things. They love speech so much, they circumcise it so well, right? I mean, I just proved the point. That's not the word for it, but, you know, what I meant to say. You probably don't know what I meant to say. I meant to say, like, magnifying glass. Like, they want to look at your words very closely. Circumcision has nothing to do with that, but that's the word that appeared in my head. They'll circumcise your words. Very, very clearly. That's how free Dumb speech is here. Freedom to say whatever you want to say. We'll just look extremely carefully at every word you choose. Now I'm gonna turn right over here. What's the thing with fast cars, by the way? I see here like a Ferrari, two cars ahead of me, and he's stuck in the same traffic I'm stuck. And my car is pretty nice, but not as nice as his. And then there's a trailer over there from AMC. I don't know who that is. And they're right next to that Ferrari right now. So like, how dare you drive? I don't know, drive a Ferrari next to me, and just a truck doing its business. And then right next to me, there's another truck, like a normal car, probably 2009, 2005. And we're all driving here on this construction site, pretty much next to the highway with these big machines that they just leave there for the taking. Next to a Wendy's, I don't know, next to Starbucks or Chick-fil-A or what is it, what's there? Mod Pizza, Starbucks, what's that, Summoner's Moon? I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. But you're driving a Ferrari. And it's not even a Ferrari. I just call every sports car a Ferrari. It's not even a Ferrari. It's something else. Looks cool. Very sporty. I'm very jealous. But yeah, what's the point? What's the point of driving such a nice car in such a terrible area? Like, it's weird, you know? It's like everything around you is ugly but you. I guess that's how most people like to live. You know, I'm the only beautiful thing in this world, in this part of the world. But it's like, why would you drive something so nice around something so ugly? It just makes the ugly more emphasized. It just makes the ugly uglier. This is why nobody likes pretty people. Because it just makes everybody else around look uglier. Ha! Think I just discovered it. Think I just discovered why jealous is a thing with handsome men and beautiful women. Because if you have a handsome man, every other man looks ugly around him. And if you have a beautiful woman, every woman looks ugly around them. Or maybe you would say, no, it complements my beauty. A beautiful person makes me more beautiful because I'm like mid-level. So they'll make me more beautiful if I'm around beautiful people. And perhaps, you know, like a Ferrari would look nice next to, I don't know, another sports car with less sport looking. I don't know anything about brands. I call everything Ferrari. So, or perhaps beautiful people with beautiful people, right? Like two Ferraris together, or three Ferraris, four Ferraris, all the Ferraris Ferrarying around. They look pretty together or something. But yeah, of course. I'm not gonna have a Ferrari, but if I could, I would get it. You know, can't tell you I'm not jealous. Can't tell you that I'm not just hating on it because I can. It's a free country, freedom of speech. I can criticize him, even though I don't know the person. And you know, I've passed like 1,000 cars already since I've been criticizing that Ferrari, and I haven't criticized a single other car. And there's plenty here to criticize, but nope. I went straight up to the millionaire. I just didn't criticize anybody next to me, anybody who looks like a commoner like me. You see, commoner because we're common. So, commoners here are pretty good. We all have pretty nice cars. Alright, woo! I had to accelerate to get to get into the other lane. You see. So yeah, that's also the thing. Like, if you have a nice car like that, man, you're gonna get targeted so bad. You're gonna get priced up. Everybody's gonna charge you more. You think they'll respect you, and maybe a little bit more out of jealousy or fear. I don't know. I never had a car like that. Can't tell you. But it does feel good to drive it. I bet you it does. I bet you it feels like, there you go, bitches. I'm better than you. I'm better than your city, and I'm better than everything around here. I'm the most beautiful thing around here. Watch me. Watch my success. Success equals money. Yep, that's yeah, I just cracked the code. I just cracked the code. You know, enough about cars. I'm almost arriving here at the store. Pretty nice store. HEB, great store. Grocery store of Texas. Grocery store of Texas gets pretty good. Pretty good deals. Pretty good. And I'm almost there. Oh, and then there's a lot of flat lands here in Texas that make no sense. It's just like storing wooden boxes or something. It's really weird. We just have too much land. Let me tell you, America just has too much land. It does not know what to do. That's why we have homes all everywhere, like suburbs, because we don't know what to do. And that's why every house has to have a backyard and a front yard because there's just way too much space. We don't know what to do with all that space. We're like, just make it a law that every house has to have this. That's too much space. Same with the parking. Any store, no matter how small, has like 1,000 spots of parking, like more than the store can ever have of people. We're just like, of course, there's too much land here for the taking. It's free. Just put 300 cars for no reason here. I mean, I just sell apples. But sure, go ahead, put 300 parking spots. Something along those lines. But it is what it is, my people. It is what it is, my people. And I guess that was my rant for today. Was there anything else important I could have said instead of what I said? No. Bunch of random stuff. I mean, I just come out of work and I just came out of work flaming random things like cars and politics and who knows what else got the best of me today for no reason. Well, I am finding parking, and once I get this parking, I'm gonna go ahead and finish the podcast. Thank you for being with me for this past 30 or something minutes. How many does it say? 41 minutes. Thank you very much. I loved it today. Thank you for letting me rant, hearing me out. Hopefully next time I can make more sense and entertain you better. Bye bye.